Welcome to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. AGT for the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. We're outside the Park Pub. It's good to be back. We're on 10k, which is great, but at the same time, bro, it feels like a loss. I feel horrible right now. You just called me Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, so I came over with a smile.
Yeah, you came over with a smile, yeah, so I was like, why are you being like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, lads? Obviously it's a joke, but at least there's things to celebrate. 10k is massive, lads, so congratulations, you deserve it with all the work that you put in. And on top of that, you know, like I enjoy these conversations, but lads, it's just the same again. It's having a lead and then bottling it, and it's just, I'm not going to be overreactionary or whatever. I still think we're in the title race, and even though Chelsea won their game and City lost, we shouldn't be relying on other teams anyway. That's not the way that we should be trying to. If you're against Brighton Football Club, no disrespect, because systematically they're well set up. I knew today was going to be well harder than United, and United, we actually didn't. It's mad when we won 5-0, but we didn't play that well, and then we go into this game, opening 20 minutes, half an hour, thought we were boss. Thought we were quality, we were moving the ball nice, Barcelona in the fucking prime, but lad, then afterwards, our head just goes, and why does that keep happening? Because I can't tell you why, I don't have a clue why that happens. I mean, it's easy to say, but we never have Fabinho, so we look disjointed, or Kanate instead of Matic, which I disagreed with, but I didn't think that was the number one problem. But that defending in the second half, Alex, is the worst defending, the worst defending that I've saw, not just from Liverpool this season, but like, out of all the teams, that's one of the worst defensive displays. We should have lost.
Well, they had that offside goal at the end, which could have actually been 3-2 to Brighton. If the game continued for 10 minutes more, I reckon they would have won that game. But let's talk about the goals. Henderson after 5 minutes, great finish. And then we're 2-0 up within 20. We're thinking we're going to coast this 5, 6, 7-0. And then that goal that they scored, or the cross that they scored before half-time, that gives them the momentum to build on in the second half. And credit to them. They were taking the piss out of us. They were singing to Trent, "You're just a shit Tariq Lamptey."
Tariq Lamptey was quality today as well, to be fair. No, listen, Brighton fans have every right to be happy about that result, because they came in and they played football, they played proper football.
It's a good trip as well, that.
Graham Potter, I swear to God, he is a top-class manager. And even when they were losing 2-0, they grew into the game and they adapted and they changed the tactics. That's what a good coach does. And when you come up against a good coach, that can happen. Because their players aren't even all that, otherwise they would have won today. They had good top...
Lana, what a chance he had.
I made up that he got the standing ovation that he absolutely deserved. He's just such a likeable person, do you know what I mean, Adam Lallana, and I thought he actually had a good game. I thought Basuma was amazing for them as well in the midfield, pulling absolute strings. They did, like I don't know how else to put it other than they deserve to win the game. I thought we got away with it. I think the second half, the amount of, how do you break down who deserves to win a game of football? We had a 20-25 minute spell earlier on, and then afterwards we took our foot off the gas. They could have been 2-2 at half time, let alone 2-1. And then in the second half we get worse, and it all came down on that right hand side. Kanate, Oxlade, like the space was unbelievable. It was Christmas for Brighton. So I just don't understand how we think that we can keep playing like that, making mistakes like that, giving away leads like that, because it happens against Man City, it happened with Atletico, it happened with AC Milan, Brentford. We won 2 of them games, but we can't be relying on last minute goals to win them. You've got to win them based on the quality that we possess. So we fucked it, lads, do you know what I mean? And God knows what's next and if that's going to change.
You mentioned that City have lost today, which is great. It's Chelsea that we need to be looking up at now. They won 3-0 today away at Newcastle. I mean, these games are racking up now. We've got to start putting points on the board. But when you're drawing at home to Brighton, it's almost like it's 2 seasons ago. We should be winning that. Brighton have taken 7 points from us in the last 3 games.
They're a good team.
7 though.
They're a good team, and it was always going to be a difficult game. But when you go 2-0 up, I don't care who you're playing, whether it's Man City or Brighton, you've got to keep hold of that lead. You can't be making reckless mistakes, and it never got better. Usually Liverpool get better as the game goes on. That's what I usually tend to see, that we grow into the game. Today, maybe we were like a dead tree. We weren't growing into anything. We were just shite. From like that second half whistle went off, our heads were gone. They were gone, and I just think to myself, that is not sustainable to go ahead and win a league title. I still think we'll be in the title race, but I don't think, if you're playing like that, if I see one more of them performances anytime soon, I'll write us off, because who's to say it won't happen again?
Mo Salah didn't score today. It could have been his 11th game in a row. He didn't really get many chances today either, but he'll be gutted
Because the team
personally.
was shite. So someone said to me, all this hype must have got to Mo Salah's head. You're chatting shit. We were shite today. We didn't move the ball quick enough. The players weren't moving. Just saw them standing still like a fucking statue, looking like watermelons. Are they mad? Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't do. It's over time. Like, you can't just blame one individual for a performance like that. It's the whole team. Like, it's easy to say like Oxlade's weren't great, or we were given a lot of space in the midfield. You got overrun in the midfield, and then you let them run in behind your defence. That's just not good enough. I do think next game, though, we have to see Matip back. Yeah. Not because Kanate was dreadful, but why get rid of the person who's been playing as your best centre-back this season? The midfield injuries won't help, because we definitely was more disjointed without Fabinho today. Thiago needs to come back as soon as possible. Naby Keita went off injured again. I still think to myself, though, you go ahead and win that game, and you should go and win that game.
Yeah, it's a good point to finish up on, James. I wish it was a win, but it's a 2-2 draw. We'll see you next time. Nice one, brother. Whoa. Just before you go,
don't forget, give us a like, drop us a comment and subscribe to the Kop TV.
The voice of football's most famous stand.